Yep. Good evening, everyone. So yesterday we learned few things about events in React. So we discussed about how to deal with working with events, synthetic events. So what are synthetic events? Synthetic events. What are synthetic events? Synthetic events are virtual DOM events. That means React uses these synthetic events. Synthetic event is a base for all events. All events are derived from synthetic. And these events are translated into actual DOM. Actual DOM events. And we discussed about how events work in React. That means in React, how event handler works, how event argument works. In React, I showed you because little different. Default arguments how to pass, custom arguments how to pass. We should know that. Okay. Now, so yesterday I explained mouse events, some categories we learned. I will just give one example on these events. Yesterday we saw one example of mouse over, mouse out. Out means when it moves out of the element. Mouse down, mouse up, mouse move. Let's see one example how we can use. I will show another example on mouse down and up. Mouse down means until I hold down the button, that is mouse down. Up is when we release the button, it is up. Let's see one example how we can manage. Suppose what I am doing is we can add lot of interactions here. This is our app. Yeah. So in this, let's add one component. So in the components, we are having, right? So we are having like mouse demo. Okay. So mouse demo.jsx. Fine. Export function mouse demo. So here we have mouse demo. And in this, let's check how it works with down and up. So we will create one animation. We will add one CSS file, mouse demo.css. We will link that file, import. So /mouse demo.css. We are adding this. Now let's see here. That is mouse demo. I will keep it in the startup. Mouse demo. Fine. Now, next, what we will do, let's run this dev. And we are having local host. It's empty. So we don't have anything inside. I will write one logic here. In assets folder, you will find a React logo. There is a React logo. I will copy that and I will put in public. In public, I am pasting it. React.svg. Okay. So we will display that logo here. So class container fluid and deflex is display flex, justify content center. We will write style, height 100 VH, screen height that is, and align item center. It is nothing but we keep one image here, image source, that is react.svg. You see an image comes here. I will give width 200, height 200. So little large. I want this logo to revolve. I want this logo to rotate, revolving logo. So then what I will do is I will put some animation here. You know, in CSS you learned keyframes. Keyframes, no. Keyframes are used for animation in CSS. Keyframe and keyframe name spin. We are using spin is a keyframe. Keyframe is used for animation. At from indicates at starting point, transform, rotate 0 degree, and 2 transform, rotate as a 360 degree. Starting from 0 degree, it will rotate to 360 degree. Okay. Now, how to apply this keyframe to this image? Actually, we will create one constant style object. Set style object is equal to use state, and we will create one object. In this object, we need how to apply keyframes. Actually, we need animation name. Animation name is spin. That is keyframe name. Animation duration. Animation duration is, suppose we given 5 seconds or 3 seconds. Animation duration is 3 seconds. And animation iteration count is infinite. Iteration count is infinite. Animation timing function. Animation timing function is linear. These are all CSS animations. Now we will apply this style object to this image. That means we can apply simply style. Style comes from which object? Style object. Then you can see it is rotating. That means we are making the logo revolve by using some CSS effects. We are doing it. Animation duration, if I give 5 seconds, that means it will be little slow. Now what I want is when I move the mouse onto it and hold down the button, when mouse button is down, its speed should increase, and mouse up, it should again normal. Then what we have to do is these all actions we need to define. So what we will do is simple. We will write two events, two function, handle mouse up, and function handle mouse down, mouse up, and mouse down. So mouse up, set style object, and this object, it will be same. And on mouse set style object, mouse down, same object, but time I will give 1 second. And for this image, we are mouse up, handle mouse up, on mouse down. What is it? Handle mouse down. We are using those. That means what happens now? You see, this is a style object. This object is changing the styles. When I move the mouse and hold down the button, then it will increase the speed. I release the button, then it will stop. That means it should be normal. Huh? What is problem? I think mouse down, handle mouse down, and mouse up, handle mouse up. Mouse down and mouse up. On mouse up, it should come normal. What is problem? Animation, name, duration, initial, linear. Events we given correctly, right? Mouse down and mouse up. Any error is there? Let me check that. Yeah, some error is there. Style object is not a function. Where I used function? Acha, here we are using style object, not style object. It is set style object. Okay, we have to set it. That is the problem. No issue, right? When I hold down, it will move fast. When I release, it will become slow. That means we can define action on mouse over, mouse out, or we can define action on mouse down and mouse up. Mouse down means until you hold down. Up means once you stop. It is used in different occasions. We can handle with different occasions. So that is one concept, and we can manage by using mouse down and mouse up. So what we are doing here, we have a mouse demo.css. In this mouse demo.css, we return a keyframe. Generally, keyframe indicates the animation effect. I added only rotate. Actually, we can add so many. I am just adding rotate. We can add so many options there. Right? So we have mouse demo.what? JSX. So in mouse demo.jsx, this is the code. That means we are creating one style. Remember, these are all animation related reserved words. Generally in CSS, any keyframe is applied by using animation name, animation duration, animation iteration count, and animation timing function, linear, and all. These are very important actually. You know, clocks, a clock is ticking, some animation is working, some advertisement is blinking, advertisement is fading, carousels are sliding. All these require animation. You know, picture will come from right, from left. That's all animation required. I just used only one option. We can say, suppose rotate. I will just use here scale. Scale is 1. And here I will use scale as 2. That means what will happen now? Its size is also increasing slowly. That means it is rotating and size is also increasing. the speed we are using. We can add all the effects you learned. So you learn transforms. Transform like what? Suppose skew. 0 degree is the skew. We have skew. Suppose 20 degree is the skew. That means it will even just skew the image. Skew is nothing but tilting. It will put with a tilt effect and it will display. So these are all animations. If you want to practice such animations, you can try this website, CSS loaders. You can see these are all. You can try this website. CSS loaders is one website. You can check this website. I will give here. You can check this website for animations. So what this website will do is it will provide modern animations for websites. And you can see these are all so many hundreds of effects. These days, people use these kind of animations for various. Suppose you are designing a media player, song playing, how you will show. I think you know equalizers and all. You see like this. They are all actually animations. You have loading related. It is loading. And when you click on it, it will show you the code. Right? And it will show you the keyframes, what they have used, how it works. They will define all the points. Right? You can try this. If you are a little bit aware of CSS transforms animations, you can try that. Only the point in React, what we are doing is controlling with events. On mouse over, on mouse out, mouse down, mouse up. We can increase, decrease the speed. We can control it. Okay. This is one option. One more important is we have mouse related. Another option is suppose I will copy one more option here. I will copy this code first. This is the mouse demo JSX. That's the mouse demo JSX. That's how we are using. Now, next important after understanding this. So we have mouse up, down and all. One more is mouse move also. Move means when we are continuously moving the mouse, we can define some actions. Okay, let's keep this also. So what I will do is here, I will remove this. Okay. Fine. And I will clean up these actions and all. Okay. Now how mouse move works. See, here I will write style height as object, height as some 1000 pixels. That is the height. We will have an image. I will copy one image. So in my documents, I'm having some image. Okay, you see there is a flag GIF file. I'll copy that and I will put in our project folder. So in this, which folder? Public. In public, I will keep that flag GIF file. And see, I'm adding that in the design. Image, this image have a width is 50, height is 50, and SRC is flag.gif. We are adding a GIF file. Actually, what is the correct way is we keep this inside another div. Now, what's the concept is you have an image under the div. Under the div, we have an image. What will happen now? On screen, we cannot see the image. Why we cannot see the image? It is somewhere bottom. Div height is 1000 pixel. Image is somewhere bottom. Now what we should do is here. So what is our requirement here? How we manage is. So we have a flag here. Somewhere bottom is there. Suppose our mouse pointer is here. And we need to get the mouse pointer position, x-axis and y-axis. We need to get the position of pointer and apply to this image. Then what will happen? This image will come. This image will come at the position of, it will come at the position of pointer. And what should happen? It should move along with pointer. When pointer is moving, that position of image also should be updated. Only two things we need to get x-axis position, y-axis position. Now tell me first point, how to remove any element from its place. How to remove an element from its place. For that we have to use position. Which position? We have position absolute and position fixed. What are these two positions in CSS? They remove element from the place. But which one I should use? Absolute means it keeps the content with regard to information in the page. Fixed means it keeps the content with related to browser window. Mouse is not related to content in the page. Mouse is related to browser window. Mouse pointer moves on browser window, outside page also. Outside page also it will move now. Right? That means it is not relative to content in page. It is relative to window. Then its position must be fixed position. So what we will do now, and you know that after giving fixed position, you need top, you need left, you need right, you need bottom, like values. See now what we are doing. So we are creating a constant style object, and the set style object is equal to use state, and in that we will put an object. In that object we have position. Position is fixed. Okay, we have another one, left. Left is initially empty, 0. Empty will give. And right, not right, top. Left and top positions only we want. Top is also empty. Okay. What should happen is we will write function handle mouse move. When mouse is moving, where it is moving in the parent div. That means here we will use on mouse move. When mouse is moving, handle mouse move, collect event argument. Through this we can access X position, Y position. Now what we will do, set style object. In that position is what? Fixed. And left is nothing but E dot client X. Client X plus PX. PX is pixel. Client X will get only number, but CSS requires unit. Pixel we have to mention. Similarly, top will be E dot, what is it? Client Y plus PX, pixel. And we should apply this style object to this flag na. That means this flag will use style. Which style? Style object. Style object it will use. Now what is the point here is, when I move the mouse, it will move along with it. That means the flag is moving along with the pointer. Generally we call this as mouse trails, we call. Do you know why we use such trails? Just attractive? No. There is a reason why you need mouse trails. You see in your mouse settings in your laptops, your computers, you will find mouse trails option will be there. Why you need mouse trails? Because currently we are watching good resolution screens. Sometimes we have very high resolution screens, like projectors and high resolution projectors. People use them in animation, graphics, and all. On those projectors, pointer will not display. Mouse pointer will not display because of that bright resolution. You can't see the pointer. That means user will face difficulty in knowing where the current position is. If they put trails, then they can see the mouse, because trails will put background shadow. Like if they put trails, then we can see the mouse. It's not graphic. It is having a reason why you need trails. Trails is not just animation. For high resolution screens, the trails will make it better. Right? You can see the pointer now, but many times we hide the pointers. They don't display. Then trails will use. Now here, what is the logic happening? I hope you understood. What is the logic? Actual image is somewhere bottom. What we done? Removed the image from its place, and we kept left position equal to mouse left position, top position equal to mouse top position, and it is updated every time when you move the mouse pointer. That means when you are moving mouse pointer, it will get x-axis, y-axis position and update. Actually, I can show here also. We will see. Suppose what we will do is, suppose here we are doing x. How do we get the x position? We can get the x position style object. Sorry. We have style object and style object dot left pixels. I will give it like this. And in the next line, I am just adding a y. And y is nothing but here we have style object and a dot top pixel. I'm just using. It's nothing but it is showing the xy position. Actually, I think we added already px now. On moving, it will get the pixel and show. That means where I am moving along x-axis, y-axis. These are very important in designing maps, architectures. So they are very much used. That means you are designing a graphic interface. You should know where the current mouse position, how much width, rectangle, triangle he is drawing. All these softwares require this concept, right? So these days we build lot of animations for web. This is another example for that. Okay. And this is related to mouse. I hope you understood. Right? That means how we use mouse events, how do we work with mouse events. So these are one category of events. Generally, these are not necessary for React like developers, because React developers means in JavaScript itself, they can try such examples. What is the point? They have to just replace them into React. Whatever examples you tried, whatever designs you created in your JavaScript, you can convert them into React. But if you never worked with all events properly, then this will help you in understanding that. Okay, these are all which events? Mouse. These are all mouse events. We have another option. What are those? Another important is keyboard events. Keyboard events is another category. Under keyboard events, what are the options available? Actually, we have on key up. We have on key down. And we have on key press. I hope you remembered yesterday I told you. There is difference between them. But very important is in the latest React, this is obsolete. Obsolete means no longer in use. In use. It is not recommended anymore to use key press. They officially announced as deprecated. Deprecated means removed. But still it will work. See, any technology will not immediately remove. They will warn you for few years also. That means any option, they don't delete immediately. They don't disable immediately. What they do, they will give you time. They will tell that we deprecated this. In future, don't use them. In future, don't use them. They will ask that. And if you are still using, then currently it will work. But in future, it will not work. Right? Actually, these type of problems regularly come. Suppose 1 year back, somebody learned React from us. He will now send us mail after 1 year saying that, sir, I practiced your exercises and everything. Previously it was working. Now suddenly it is not working. If previously working and now suddenly not it is working, that means there might be something which is disabled, removed. You need to check, because when you learned there is an option, it's not necessary that it should continue forever. You must check that. Is it there or not? Are there any issues? Are there any changes? Okay. So now in modern, actually, do you know difference? I told you. What is key up, key down? Key up, key down will fire up immediately. They will the key. Key press is not like that. They will fire up when I finish the key. When I finish the key and use another key. Another key. Then you may ask, like, then why we use it? What is necessary of key press? Actually, we have a problem with key up, key down. What is problem with key up, key down? Key up, key down will immediately fire up, but they will not recognize the code of the key. They will not recognize the code of the key. Code of the key means every key have a ASCII code. Like A, uppercase A is 65. Right, uppercase Z is 90. They have ASCII codes. Remember, key up, key down cannot get the codes. Only key press can get the codes. That means if you are writing any program related to code, why you need code? Because somebody pressed caps lock, somebody pressed num lock. We should warn them saying that caps is on. You see in passwords, they do not. In passwords, they show you warning that caps is on. You see here also, when I press caps lock, it changes a symbol there. How it is possible? Caps lock will not type anything. Then how we know that it is pressed? Caps lock is a key which will not type anything. Then how you know it is pressed and you are showing some symbol? By getting its code. And can key up, key down get the code? No, they cannot get the code. Code can be accessed only with key press. So if you are dealing with codes, then use key press. If you are dealing with characters, then use key up and key down. I will show you practically also. It requires little JavaScript to make you understand. You see now here, I am using, suppose, a text box. Input type is text. On key up. On key up. So get code. Okay, I'm writing a script. So function get code. And we have an E. And see here we will send event. And see I'm doing console.log. Here I'm using key code. How to get the key code? E dot key code. There is a key code option. So I will try to get in the next line. In the next line, char code. How to get the character code? E dot char code. Key code, char code I am using. And observe carefully here. This is the page we should run. Okay. And in the console, I will check here. in the console and I type any key, I'm typing an A, uppercase A, then it says key code is 65, char code is 0, key code is 16. It is uncertain. Suppose I entered lowercase a, then it says key code is 65. That is wrong. Lowercase a is what? 97. 97 to 122. That's wrong. It cannot get the correct, and char code it is showing 0. Because which event I am using? I am using key up. Key up, key down are not good with codes. So then what you do? We use what? Key press. On key press, you see now I type A. Now it is perfect. When I enter A, now it is perfect. If you are dealing with codes, then better use key press. If you are dealing with characters, then you go with key up and key down. And important is here is you said that in React there is no key press. Then how to deal with codes? If I have to write any program related to code of character, then how? You know, for that, no need to worry. You have a string function called char code at. You know, in JavaScript string functions, we have char code at. Char code at is a JavaScript string function which will get the code of the character. That means what you can do by using this, you know, char code at is also there. Char at will return the character at specified index. Char code at will return the ASCII code of character at that index. That is an option. So now what is recommended is better to use this. Char code at, not char at. Okay, let's implement a small example with keyboard events. Let's see one simple example with keyboard events. So I will add another component, and here I will put key demo. So here I am using key demo dot what JSX export function key demo and return the key demo, right? And we are using that key demo. So we have a data list and data term. I will just use key demo in the startup. Okay, so I will just use it like this. So let's say here I'm using data term. This is user ID. And data definition, we have a text box. Input type text. Later we will do with real world data and all. So temporarily we have form control class name. This is form control. Okay. Class W25. Okay, this is user ID. What is our requirement is, let's keep this container and we keep as, so a simple header above register user. Okay. Generally in the registration forms, you have user ID. I want a small logic. Logic is user ID must be a new ID. It should not be an ID which is already taken. Am I right? That's a general logic. When you are registering in a website, you should take some ID which is not already taken by somebody. And I should implement that logic. And remember, ID means you entered, my name is John. I want user ID by John. Then it says John is already taken. Then you will enter one character, John 2. Then it says available. You entered John 2, 3. It says it is taken. Even one character is changing, then it may be available or taken. For every character, we should verify. Then how do we implement this? Let's do this. What I will do is temporarily we will go to public folder. In the public folder, we learned how to maintain a JSON file. Na? I will maintain another JSON file called users.json. And how to create a JSON file? I will create an array of objects. Every user is having user ID, user underscore ID, and this user ID is John. Now I will copy this, and every user have an user ID John12. Every user have an ID, suppose John underscore NIT, and ID is some David, like this. We have some users. Okay, now what I want here is, when user is typing, I should verify that the ID is not present in that list. If it is present, it should show a message saying that user ID taken. If not present, then it should say user ID available. I want to just display that message. Let's see how we can implement this while typing. That means what we should do, let's go to the key demo. First, we will collect the data coming from that JSON file. Users and set users is equal to what it is? Use state, we are expecting an array of object, and that object contains a key. What is it? User ID. It is a string type. That is the data I am expecting now. Okay, how to load the users? We can load the users. We will have a function load users. How to load the users data? We have Axios dot what? Get. We learned already Axios, from where we have to get users.json, and dot then, if it is successful, get the response, and set users into that response dot what? Data. So all the users data is ready. Users data is ready. When to load users? So we have use effect. Use effect means at the time of mounting. At the time of mounting, we will load users. Am I right? At the time of mounting, we will load the users. Okay, once users is loaded, now I need to verify while typing. That means what we will do, we will have a function verify user ID, and we need to collect what he is typing. Through event argument we can collect. It should work when every time on key up. That means what is the event? On key up. On key up, you see on key press is deprecated currently. It is saying that it is deprecated. Right? Use key up or key down. So I will use here the event. What is it? Key up. On key up, verify user ID. Okay. Now what should I do is, I will put one message, constant status message, set status message is equal to use state. It is empty. Am I right? Now where to display the status message? Below in this data definition, we want to display the status message. It is currently empty. Nothing is there. So what should happen here? We are reading every user. How to read every user? For where user of what is the collection name? Users. We are reading every user. If user dot user ID is matching with e dot target dot value, that means if it is matching with the value I entered in the text box. If user ID is matching with the value, what is this users? This is coming from JSON. Na? We are verifying every user ID is matching or not. If it is matching, we will put a message. What is that? Set status message as user ID taken, and we will put what? Try another. User ID taken, try another. Else after that we will break, because you are in a loop. Na? It should break. Otherwise it should put a message, set status message. What is it? User ID available. This is the message we want to show. And see what happens now. I am typing here J, then user ID available. JOHN, it is taken. And I want to set some color. If it is taken red color, if it is available green color, we want to change the message color. How you can change the classes dynamically. We can change the colors, effects dynamically. That is very important because you need a lot of validation. When you design form, you have to verify and we have to present it correctly. And see now how to do that. I will put here one more option, constant error class, set error class. Okay, it is use state, class is empty string. Where to apply the error class? To this data definition, we have to apply class name is coming from, dynamically it is coming from error class. And what is error class currently empty? If user ID is taken, set error class as text danger. That is a bootstrap red color. And if it is available, set error class as what? Text success. And you can see now, I click here, I am typing John, it is user ID available. John, it is taken. John 1 is available. John 1, 2 is taken. John 1, 2, 3 is available. It is verifying for every character. That means where we use such concepts, we generally use in such forms, validations. When we want any action to be performed immediately after every character, then what is the best event is key up or key down. No more key press in React.js, right? We have to use only key up, key down. We can use for a lot of things. Suppose I want to write for password validation. You know, passwords, we say strong password, weak password, poor password. So what is the React developer's qualification is not just writing the logic. He must make it more UI interactive. That means logic everybody will write. These days, school kids also write. You know, recently from last, I think just now I got a course content. I think I will share with you. Just now I got today a course content. You will be surprised with that. Huh? I will share this. Just now I got this course content. You can see in CBSE syllabus, class 3 artificial intelligence. AI. Now imagine yourself, right? Now in future you will have to compete with these 3rd to 8th class students. They added officially in central syllabus. So officially they added. Just today I got this message. It is official now. That means they are going to include the artificial intelligence in 3 to 8th class, 3rd class to 8th class. The entire course curriculum, I got this recently. Just today I got it. That means they approach how to be trained on those concepts. So this I just got today, right? Because see, I still freelance with HP, Hewlett Packard company, right? With that company, I still work as train the trainers scenario. That means what is our responsibility is we train the trainers. Trainers will go to companies and train the developers. Train the trainers is a concept. We are certified people only can do that. That means we train trainers and send them to companies. Companies will train the developer. And they send this curriculum to us. That is nothing but they are saying that now we need to prepare some trainers who can train in train the Kendriya Vidyalaya. It is in KVs. In KVs, they have to train the teachers about this artificial intelligence topics. Once the teachers are ready, So during summer vacation, they train the teachers. When teachers are ready, teachers will train. A computer faculty will be there. They have to train them first on these concepts. Then they will train the students. Right, during summer's time, trade teachers are given with such training inputs. Right, that means just now we got that one more document is that for 10th class it is too complicated. This is only for 3 to 8 AI, and they are trying to add data analytics intelligence in 10th grade. Already, do you know they have Java in 10th grade? They have Java in 10th grade. Now they are adding data intelligence into that. Official government of India. Right? That means the point here is so many things are going to be complicated. A React developer means you cannot say that I just know logic programming. Everybody knows these days. You should be good in not just logics, in presentations also. That means not just logically good. You must be presentation wise also good. So for that, you need to utilize all your skills of HTML, CSS and all. CSS and all, right? So see, I will show you. For example, what I want is, suppose let's design, means how styling is important. Password. So I will put here a text box. Input type is what? Password. We are entering password class as what? Form control. And we put here data definition. And or yeah, here this time I'm using an element called not this, we will design. You see, I'm using an element called, I'm using bootstrap progress. You see a progress will come in the UI like this, it will be there. Now what should happen is, if password is weak, then 10% filled. It is strong, then full filled. We want to add some colors, effects and everything into this. Then how do we do that? That means how we can control this. That means graphically we want to show. Message we can do. Message is nothing but, if it is poor password, display a message, poor password, weak password, weak password. But graphically we have to show. These days what they ask, I don't want message, I just graphically show. Red, green, yellow. That means they can understand. You see these days a lot of animations are created. For example, let's see the condition here. What is the condition is, in this progress, we will have another div. Now this div is called progress bar. This is called progress bar. And I will apply here. This is having a style. First we will design it. Okay. So what I will do is, we will write a simple constant. Yeah. This is nothing but, I will put here progress and set progress. So, and is equal to use state. Here I'm using a string type. I'm using a string type, and we will write another function, handle password, or we will say verify password. And we will collect what password he is entering. Right now we will write a condition. If e dot match, match is a string function. It is matching with the regular expression. Regular expression is in 2 slashes, exponent and dollar. I already shared an regular expression concept in your classroom. Have you seen it? I shared a form concept into your Google Classroom. Have you seen it? Forms document I shared into your Google Classroom. In that, how to write form elements, how to write patterns, what meta characters are required, how those meta characters are used, a detailed notes is there. This is your classroom code. This is your classroom, Google Classroom. I shared one document into this. Yeah, this is your Google Classroom notes. In that, few days back, I shared a form concept for your verification sake. You can see this is HTML forms concept. On 30th, I shared it. So you go through this document. In this document, I shared information about how forms are designed, and I explained about form attributes, and I explained about how to write patterns, meta characters, how to write regular expressions. I given a detail about regular expression. Go through this document. How to write patterns, how to write regular expressions. I given a detailed documentation about it. Right? You go through this because usually we learn this in HTML. Right? In HTML, we learn this concept. HTML provides pattern attribute. Through that, we verify. So you go through this document. I already posted it. Okay. Now, there we have seen how to write the expression. Observe carefully now. I'm using question mark equal dot star square a hyphen z. This indicates at least one uppercase letter. Slash w 4 comma 15. That means alphanumeric allowed 4 to 15 characters, and in that one uppercase letter is compulsory. If it is matching, what should happen? We will put set progress. Oh, we will put set progress. In that set progress contains some classes. What are the classes? We will put progress bar, progress bar, progress bar animated. Okay, progress bar stripped. Like this, I'm adding classes. And because it is strong password, BG success. This is the message. Okay. Otherwise, else if another condition, if E dot length, E dot target dot value, value is matching. E dot target dot value dot what? Length. That means the string length. If string length is less than or less than 4, then what does it means? I will put not else. I will put else only. Here we will write another condition. If E dot target dot value dot what? Length is less than 4, that means it is a poor password. Poor password means I will give BG danger. Okay. If it is greater than 4, then we will put it as weak password. That means we will put BG warning. BG warning. And one more is to display the progress. Actually, we need one more option. What is that option? Is constant progress status. Actually, that means width, progress width, set progress width. Okay, is equal to use state, and this is a number. This is also a style object. It will have an option called what? Width. Width is currently empty. Nothing is there. What should happen is, if a password is matching, set progress width as an object. Width should be set as 100%. 100% width. If it is less than 4, width must be set to 20%. If it is greater than, then it should be 70 or 80%. I'm using like this. Now see what happens. This is weak password. Right. Now where to display when password is typed on key up? What we have to do? Verify password. And in this we have to apply a class. Class will come from progress bar. Okay, progress. Yeah, progress is the name. Okay. And the width we have to apply style. So progress width, it is coming from progress width. Now see what happens when I'm typing the password, then it will say poor password, because minimum how many it should match? 4. Minimum 4 it is matching, then it is weak password. Why it is weak password? Still weak password because one uppercase letter is required. I add one uppercase letter anywhere, then it will become strong password. That's how we show graphically. And this is not React, this is just Bootstrap, right? A React developer should know all this. It's not about logic. Logic is simple. If condition, simple if condition you have done. But graphically, how to present is complicated, because you should know which class gives color. You should know which attribute will increase, decrease the width. That means progress bars are controlled by using width, and width must be given in percent. Their colors are controlled by using this. If you want, you can put a message also inside. Inside the progress bar, we can put a message: strong, weak, poor. We can put the message. That means, so we have to create one more. What is it? Progress MSG. Set progress MSG is equal to use state. It is currently empty. That means if it is a strong password, then what should happen? Set progress MSG as what? Strong. And if it is, set progress MSG as what? Weak. Sorry, this is Purna. We have Pur. And here's set progress MSG as what? Weak. We have to define that. And you can see now you are entering, then it will display. Colors also important. We have to display now. Inside the progress bar, we have to display progress MSG. It is going to display progress weak and it is strong. We are displaying message and we are changing this. That's how we do. These are all graphically done. And if you see that website CSS loaders, you will get more ideas. In that hundreds of animations are there, because these days websites do lot of graphics. You will see smiley symbols, good password smiley, old password smileys. They put different effects, right? And that's very much required these days, right? So this is example of understanding with what kind of events. These are key events. I hope you are clear. So this is an example. So we can define. I will just give one point first. Huh? So one simple note here. So first thing is key up and key down. Key down are good for, key up and key down are good for handling characters. Key press is good for handling character code. It is good for handling the character code, right? This is one example. And remember, in this example, we have two files. Huh? In this example, one is in public. We added users.what? JSON. And in that, this is the code I added. It's a simple array of users. And we have another one, key demo.jsx. And you can see this is key demo.jsx. I will copy that. This is an example of mouse events and keyboard events. This is enough for today. First, you need to try, right? So I will not be in a hurry to finish the concept, right? And why I'm giving time? So why I'm taking short? Because you need to practice. If I stick to my time and I don't worry about whether you are practicing or not, you can't handle this technology anymore. right? Because topics will grow, concepts will grow, you will not able to follow me anymore. That means you will not be in the same wavelength. That means you will, if you are not practicing these, next levels will become difficult for you, right? If you are not practicing this, next levels you can't do. Why? Because all other examples and project that we do, depending on what you are doing now, what you are learning now, you need to practice these things. So that's the reason, because today we learned so many mouse event examples and we learned about key event example. Now in tomorrow's session, we will learn about element state events, and there we are going to design a weather app. Right, in tomorrow's session, we will design one weather app, one weather application. I will show you how to design a weather app. One EMI calculator, weather apps, how to design them, real world content. We will try to create them by using the real APIs. Tomorrow's our target is to build one weather app. Tomorrow we'll continue with these events we will do. Okay, right.